So if you grow as a person, your income will come as well. Yeah, so that's why it's really, really important to overcome fears, because I'm 100% sure everybody in here knows that he has to do some things, but he didn't did because he was scared of. I'm 100% sure everybody had situations like that. But you need to understand that in the future, if you're scared of doing something, do it as fast as possible. Do it as fast as possible. Just do it. And if it didn't went well, just do it one more time. And if it didn't went well again, just do it one more time. And you will come to a point where all the biggest fears you have, there will be a way. Yeah? So just for an example as well here, I was, back in the days, crazy. I had a big fear of heights, you know, because my mom was all the time scared. We lived in Switzerland, we have a lot of mountains and stuff like that. And you need to know, every time when I drove to a hockey game back then, and we needed to go to a city which is on a mountain, for example, and for all the people who know hockey, for example, in Davos, maybe somebody of you knows that city. For example, that city is, I think it is the highest city in whole Europe, or even in the world. I don't know it to be true. So maybe in Europe or in the world, it's the highest city. And if you want to go there, you need to go drive up a mountain. So every time when we drove up the mountain and we were on the side where my mother was sitting on the passenger seat, and on the right side it just went down, she was screaming like, "Go more to the left, go more to the left!" Ah! She was like that. And I don't know, I had that as well. After some times I saw that, so I started as well to have this fear of height. Yeah, and then I moved to Dubai 3 years ago. And what do you have in Dubai? Everything is big, you know. You have skyscraper after skyscraper and stuff like that. And I was training myself as well on that I'm not scared about height. So what I was doing then was I went to a window we had. I don't remember, it was like on the 45th floor or something like that, and you have like 3 meters a wall. The wall is like 3-4 meters in Dubai always. So imagine that it's like 250 meters above of the ground. And I was standing there. First, I was just doing like this and standing like this to the window, and was like scared, you know, because it didn't felt good to look down. And then I started to go a little bit back, but leaning with my head to the window, and going a little bit back and leaning more and more and more. And today, I don't know, the fear of height is away, you know? And that's what is important to do in every fear you have. Train that. Because if you train your fear, that your fear is not a fear anymore, and you turn a fear you have maybe on your business to a skill, that's maybe the reason why you go to the next level. Yeah? So overcome fears. Really, really important if you really want to reach a high level of success inside of this profession. Yeah? Next point, Michael as well said something about that, but is fail forward, or will say the next something about that, but I have it on my point as well, and it is important, but I'm 100% sure, even when Michael will talk later about that, you will see different things, you know. That's something as well which is really important, that you always listen to different people as well about different things, because maybe I will tell you this point, and some of you will understand it, and some of you don't. And after Michael will talk about it, and the others will understand, and the others will be like, all right, I thought before it was better, you know? That's just normal. But the next point, which is really, really important, is fail forward fast. Yeah, and that's something which is really, really important to understand, because I see a lot of people, they are like, all right, I want to launch in that business. I want to go all in. I want to create something amazing. I want to go to a 6-figure position, for example. And then you tell them, what are the steps to do? And they're like, okay, I never invited before. Oh my gosh, how should I do that? They start to think, and they start to think and never do and never go to action, because they're as well scared, like I said, that's the truth. I was bad in presenting. But because of those failures and never stopping, I got better in presenting. And this no turned to a no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And I got better. And then it was like a yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no. And today, in the end of the day, this is at a point, if 20 people come to me and want information from me, what we do, in my opinion, 18, 19 people will sign up. Why? Because I'm just good in presenting the business. I just know how to present it. Yeah. So really, really take that serious, that you love to fail. Because like I said before, failures are here to help you to get better in something. Because if you wouldn't fail, you wouldn't change something, you wouldn't learn something, you will not get better. Yeah. So love to fail and fail fast. Yeah. Fail forward fast. Make it fast. Yeah, because the faster you fail, the faster you learn, the faster you will grow. And in the end of the day, this topic says as well another word which is really, really important, and the word is forward. Yeah, because every failure you have, and the faster you take it, yeah, is the reason why you go forward. So fail forward fast, really, really important point. Next point, and this is the second last point I want to talk about with you today, is the point Les Brown once said it. I don't know if you know Les Brown. It is actually a really, really great speaker. We had it, when was it, 2018 Las Vegas convention? Something like that. We had this amazing speech back then from Les Brown. If you don't know him, Google him, Les, as L-E-S Brown. Google him and check out the speech from him, because he is definitely amazing. And we had this speak from him where he said this really, really famous sentence from him, where he just says, "It is not over until I win." You know? And that's something which is really, really important, that you really, really take this sentence 100% as the number one thing which is you. You know? It is not over until you win. Yeah? Never stop inside of this business. Never stop. And I don't tell you because I want to have somebody who never stops in my business, that we have this one person more. It's about never stopping in everything you do when you have a goal behind it. Because in the end of the day, it is not about how fast do you get to a certain level. It is not about how fast you go German inside of this company. It is not about how fast or how long it takes you in the end of the day to get to a point which you call freedom, where you can travel and do the things and stuff like that. In my opinion, the most important thing is that you never stop, work on it, don't care how much time it takes, to get on a point where you can call success. And that in the end of the days, when you lie in the bed, when you know, okay, in the next couple of days it will be over, that you don't regret the decision of stopping. Because the most people, they don't regret what they did. The most people, they regret things when they die about things they did not did. And that's something which is really important to understand. Yeah? So you have the winner mentality, like we talked before, and the winner mentality is, it is not over until I win. Yeah? So never stop, go forward and just stay on it. Yeah? Take time for it. Prioritize it in your life. Yeah? It is important that you work on yourself, on your business. Yeah? And then grow through it and get to the point where you truly want to go. And the last point, which is my favorite point in the end of the day, and I think it's the most important point as well, when you truly want to get to a level which you call success. And the last point is just work your ass off. Work your ass off. Because I can tell you there is no magical pill you can take, and after that's this magical pill, one day later you will be a chairman. It will not happen. When you want to have something huge, and I don't care if it is in trading or in network marketing with I Am Master Academy, or with whatever you want to do, it is important that you work your ass off, and I mean really work your ass off. When we launched I Am Master Academy in 2017, I saw myself, when I look back how I was working back then, it was crazy what I did. I had a full-time job. I was playing hockey with 4 hours a day of training and stuff we needed to do, technical things and stuff like that. 4 hours a day. In the same time, I had a full-time job. It was actually just 80%. 80% job, yeah, but as well a lot of hours, the sports, in the same time, I was as well I had the last exams of that job, which I needed to study to, and I launched my business at the same time. So at the end of the day, I was not in a position where I can say I have as much time as possible. But you know what I was ready to take away some time of sleep, for example, for building my business. So what I did, I was at my job. When I didn't need to go to somewhere else, I was coming home, in front of my computer, started to work. And I was started to work and work and work and work. Then I made my training things. While we were on the drive to the training, guess what I was doing? I was working. I was working on my business. In the locker room between the off-ice and the on-ice training, guess what I was doing? I was working on my business. Yeah, I was prospecting while putting on my skates and stuff like that. I was prospecting like all the time. Yeah. So what happened when I had my training was over? We went to the drive back home. I always let one of my teammates drive the car, and I was just sitting on the passenger seat. But what I was doing on the way back home, I was working. So when I came home, you know what I had? I had the presentations. And I had presentation after presentation after presentation. And when it was 2 a.m. and it was my last presentation, I was not the guy who was like, all right, let's go to sleep. I was the guy who made an Instagram story. I was the guy who made a Snapchat story. I was the guy, or actually it was not an Instagram story, it was a Facebook story back then. Was the guy who made a Snapchat story, and everywhere it was possible to make a story, I made a story. And you know why I made the story? To see who watches my stories now, because then I know they are awake, to reach out to them to ask, why are you awake? It's 2 a.m. And they were like, oh, I just slept the whole afternoon and now I'm awake. Or they just, I don't know what the reason is. Oh, I have holidays right now. I didn't need to go to work tomorrow and stuff like that. They gave me 1,000 of reasons. But there was always the question back, and why are you awake? I mean, what a question. Why do you ask me why you are awake? Why are you awake? And then I was like, hey bro, to be honest, I'm just too excited to sleep right now. Why are you excited? Bro, do you have 15 minutes? He was like, yeah. All right, I send you a Zoom link, I can explain you. Bam, next presentation. You know? And I was doing that until it was not impossible to get the next presentation. Sometimes I had 0 hours of sleep, went to the job again, to work again, make the full day again, and start to do it all over again. Sometimes I slept 2 hours, sometimes I slept 3 hours, sometimes I slept 4 hours, but there was definitely my first 2 months, not one single day I had 5 hours of sleep. Not one day in my first 2 months. But I'm 100% sure that that was the reason why I made P5000 in 56 days. I think that's the reason. You know? So take this point really as a really important thing, because work your ass off is actually really the reason why you succeed. I don't care who you take as an example. Yeah, maybe you know this event called GoPro event from Eric Worre, which is every single year in Las Vegas. And in this GoPro event, there is this one milestone, I guess every chairman as well wants to reach once, and maybe after you know that this milestone you can reach, maybe you want to be there as well. There is the GoPro Hall of Fame. You come in this Hall of Fame by earning over $1 million in a single calendar year. $1 million. That's how you go into this circle, Hall of Fame, GoPro. And Eric Worre was once at this GoPro event, and he had all the people who went into this Hall of Fame and GoPro, and he put all the people on stage. And then he was like, I have just a simple question. And the question was, how much percentage of your success you have right now is because of a small part, a small time of your life, of your career? How much percentage? And he gave the microphone to all those people who qualified for this Hall of Fame. And it's actually really crazy, because not one single person said that the percentage is under 50%. Most people said 70, 80, some people even said 100%. That a small period of time gave them the results they have. And that's something which is really, really crazy when you think about it. Yeah? Like, for example, I talked before, that homeless guy who made German 100 in 5.5 months. Amazing. Even my example, 56 days to P5. It was not with IM, it was as well a trading company, but it was not with IM. Coming to IM, I'm not sure what we needed for going German. It was like 5-6 months, we both know. Was something like that to reach a level of German. It was hard work, but a crazy time, you know? And that's something you need to understand, because success loves speed. You can't be on a 100% energy and 100% frequency that you close everybody and make people excitement, and then you have the next person who starts and goes P600 in the first week. If you're in the energy of, yeah, maybe I do a presentation this week, you know, it will never happen. You will create that kind of results, and you will create a massive momentum in your organization if you are ready to work harder as anybody else in this room. That's what your mission should be. When I started, I told myself, when I started here in IM Mastery Academy, I sat down with my mentor, and I wanted to have his calendar. You know, I wanted to have the option to make meetings with my upline. And you know what my number one goal was? That my upline has no time for somebody else. That was my goal. The first days, that was my only goal I had. My upline has 0 time for somebody else, because always he's in calls with me. Always he needs to present for my newest people. And that was something which was amazing, because during that time I learned how to present as well, you know. And then I was able to do it by myself. But it's important that you're willing to work. Because only that person who has the will to work and really puts in that work. Like we had somebody before, this one more thing. Always one more, and after you did one more, guess what? One more, and then one more, and one more. And if you make as much as possible, guess what the result will be? That's the only way, I think, you say that's success, when you really want to go to a huge thing. Yeah. So put in the work your ass off, and get to the point where you want to go. And with that words, I will say thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it.